Welcome all. So today we will be solving another one problem from the TIFR 2020 paper. So this problem is practically interesting because this is option elimination at its best. So whenever you hear something like option elimination, it's precisely what it says. It's like you need to be able to understand that which of these options will never occur. So I mean, like, which of these following options are always false? So this is a problem. This is a prime example of that types of problems. All right. So as you can see in this one, it has been uh, shown that so it is the thing that they have asked is let n greater than equals to 2. Which of the following is true for every n cross n real matrix A of rank? So this is where the interesting thing happens. For every n cross n real matrix, which of these things happen? For every, that means if there exists at least a single matrix for which one of these options are not holding, that means it's not holding. Okay, so that's how the general mathematical logic goes. So it needs, if this, suppose if property D is true, then property D has to hold for every n cross n real matrix of rank 1. If I find even a single matrix of rank 1, a real matrix of rank 1, which does not have this as an eigenvector, thus D will become false. Same case with A, B, or C. Okay, so this problem, it basically is, you can just take A in M2R, because if it does not happen in M2R, you can actually iterate it. Okay, so you take A to be the matrix this one. All right, so this is one of those matrices that you mostly use as the very basic, as a very basic nilpotent matrix, because if you take this in, so if you take A square, then as you can see, so 0 0, then 0, so everything is 0. So this actually implies that A square is equals to 0. All right, so so the moment A square becomes 0, it actually implies that A is nilpotent. All right, so if A is nilpotent, so if A is nilpotent, then what happens as a nilpotent matrix? In a nilpotent matrix, the eigenvalues are always 0. So this is one of the properties of nilpotent matrices, that A is nilpotent. This implies all the eigenvalues are 0. Okay, so any nilpotent matrix has all its eigenvalues as 0. So thus, as you can see, that this option gets eliminated at an instant, because I have produced a 2 cross 2 matrix which is of rank 1 but does not have any non-zero eigenvalue. Thus, option C is eliminated at the very beginning. Now, if you look at option D, then the option, so this is for option C elimination. So let's say elimination option C. Now let's go for elimination option D. All right. So elimination option D is, if you take this 1 1, So what do you mean by the eigenvector? So they are saying that if it is an n cross n matrix, then 1, 1, 1, this will be an eigenvector of that A. All right. So what does eigenvector means? Eigenvector means AV equals to lambda V. So lambda becomes the corresponding eigenvalue of the eigenvector V. All right. But here from whenever we are eliminating option C, that means that the eigenvalues are 0. Thus, all the eigenvalues are 0, right? So if AV, if V has to be an eigenvector of the matrix A, then this has to be 0. If 1 comma 1 is an eigenvector of A, so if 1 comma 1 is an eigenvector of A, then this has to be 0. But this is not equals to 0. It's quite trivially you can see, right? That you can take 0, 1, 1, 1. So the first thing goes as 1. All right. So here lies the contradiction. Okay. So thus 1, 1 will never be an eigenvector for this 2 cross 2 rank 1 matrix. So the moment it doesn't hold for 2 cross 2, hence it doesn't hold for general statement, right? So thus this is, there exists an invertible matrix such that this is the diagonal matrix. So that means there is a diagonalization. So what now we will go for the option elimination B. So elimination B. So what does B mean? B actually means that you have a rank 1 matrix having order greater than or equals to 2, then it is always diagonalizable. That's precisely what option B suggests. If you see, there exists an invertible matrix as that PA P inverse is a diagonal matrix. What does that mean? It means if I take any matrix A of order greater than or equals to 2, then it is diagonalizable. But here, if I take the same matrix 0, 1, 0, 0, what are the eigenvalues? The eigenvalues are 0. So eigenvalues are 0. And what is the algebraic multiplicity of this? The algebraic multiplicity of 0 as an eigenvalue is 2. All right. So we know that a matrix A, a matrix is diagonalizable, if and only if algebraic multiplicity is equals to geometric multiplicity for every eigenvalue. Okay, so AM means algebraic multiplicity and GM means geometric multiplicity, right? So now if you look at this, so there's only one eigenvalue, right? So that is the 0. So its algebraic multiplicity is 2. So this is, let's just stick to the same notation A. So what is the geometric multiplicity of 0? So the geometric multiplicity of 0 is 2 minus rank of A minus 0I. So it's basically 2 minus rank of A. So rank of A is 1, hence you get 1. All right. So if you have 2 minus rank of A equals to 1, that means what? That means the geometric multiplicity of the eigenvalue 0 is 1. Algebraic multiplicity is 2. Thus, this matrix is also not diagonalized. Hence, as we have uh, eliminated all three options, what is the last thing to do is to take the correct one. Okay. So the first option will be the correct option. Now you can actually try it here as well for the 2 cross 2 matrix, because see, if it is of rank 1, then you can always use the row reduced echelon form matrix. But that will like, I mean, that will be a very elongated process, and it's not very suitable for competitive exams. Okay, so for competitive exams, you need to come up with this type of quick uh, counter examples to other options. All right, so here, as you can see, a very simple example worked for all the three options. Hence, I mean, for all the three options gets falsified by that, and thus the only option that's true is the option B. Hence, remember this matrix. This matrix is a very important matrix because this is one of those uh, matrices that helps you give counter examples to many. So you can actually extend this by just taking 0, 1, 0, 0, and then you take everything 0. All right. So up until n minus 2, n minus 2th term. So then the same argument will follow, whatever we have produced. The same argument will follow for each n greater than or equals to. So that's all for today. We will meet with another problem in the upcoming days. So always remember that in competitive exams, you don't need to always solve the problem in a forward direction. So you need to come up with the smart ways so that the time consumption is really less. Okay, so with this notation, with this notion, I will end today's session. Thank you for joining. We will meet next time.